I used to hustle 12 hours a day and I still felt broke. I started asking myself one question: what if it gets to be easy? What if it worked out? Now, I wake up in peace, I work with purpose, and I don't apologize for the wealth that I'm calling in. A few years ago, I was broke, I was burned out, and I was stuck in a relationship that crushed my self-worth. I walked away from it all. I moved out of an RV, faced every shadow, and rebuilt my life from the inside out. I am now married to the absolute love of my life, who protects me, provides, and pleases in every way that you can imagine. Yes. And now I teach the exact mindset tools, manifestation strategies, and digital income systems that helped me pay off over $130,000 in debt, attract the love of my life, and build multiple income streams online, all from my laptop.
And today
I'm sharing how I completely rewired my relationship with money, and I'm going to break down the money blocks that I didn't even realize were keeping me stuck. I teach this deeper inside my course, The Abundance Blueprint, but I wanted to bring some of the breakthroughs here, especially the ones that changed my nervous system and my bank account. You like my jacket? This is my favorite jacket. I used to think that wanting more made me greedy. I felt guilty if somebody bought me stuff. Like, the first time my now husband bought me a coffee, I felt so guilty. My healing started the moment that I realized being in alignment is more powerful than being in hustle. And it didn't happen overnight, but it did start with my awareness. And I realized now that money does not respond to desperation, it responds to energy. So today I'm going to break down 3 hidden money blocks that I had to release to create real change. And these are blocks that may be keeping you stuck as well. Block number 1, guilt around receiving, like feeling guilty for making more than my parents, or like I owed them my struggle. I remember when I made my first $20,000 month and I was giving my family money, I was giving my brother money, and like I should not have been doing that yet because I really wasn't established. And you can make $20,000 a month and then the next month you can make 5, which is what ended up happening. I felt like I had to like dim my light to stay loyal to the pain that I grew up in. This shows up in ways you might be feeling some sort of way like this. It will show up in if you undercharge for services, you avoid celebrating your wins, you self-sabotage when things are finally going well. How I started to shift things was I asked myself, is staying broke the only way to prove that I'm a good person? And the answer is no. Instead, I reframed it. The best way to honor where I came from is to rise. So what helped me was journal prompting, which is something I was really against, or not against, but I just thought it took up too much of my time. And I would write in my journal and I would say to myself in the mirror, I am allowed to thrive and still love where I came from. Block number 2, associating wealth with shame. I thought rich meant being fake or greedy or disconnected, but that wasn't true. That was just the conditioning that we were taught. And as we see on TV, or you may have had a bad encounter with somebody who has money, a lot of rich people that I know, in fact, one of the richest people I am friends with is the nicest person ever. The truth is, wealth amplifies who you already are. This shows up when you downplay your desires, or you feel weird charging for your gifts, or you cringe at the word rich. How I started to shift this was I realized that being wealthy doesn't make you bad. Being unhealed with money does. So, redefine wealth. What do we say? Wealth is freedom. Wealth is generosity. Wealth is options. I trust money. It's not a price tag. It is a frequency. And what helped me curate my environment was I muted the voices around me that made me feel ashamed of wanting more. It's really hard to do, but you can do it. So what you can also do is say out loud, money flows to me because I lead with integrity. Money is all around me. Money wants to be with me. Money finds its way to me. When you speak this out loud, you create a frequency. Every thought has a frequency. Block 3, saying yes when I meant no. Every time I said yes to what actually drained me, I was saying no to what could expand me. This one was really sneaky. Every time I said yes to something that I didn't want to do, I wasn't just draining my time, I was draining my receiving energy. Where do I feel unworthy of receiving? Because I had a really hard time receiving. What story about money am I still living? Or what do I actually believe about wealthy people? This can show up when you take on too many clients or favors, or you burn out trying to be nice, or you feel resentment towards your partner or anyone, but you keep pushing through. So this is how I shifted it. I learned that boundaries create bandwidth for abundance. And I stopped giving out all the yeses out of guilt. I finally had space for aligned clients, aligned income, and aligned joy. What helped me bring this to light was practicing with people. I teach this in my course of like pretending you're in like a video game and practice with people. So like instead of defaulting to a yes, you could say, let me think about it. And asking myself, if I say yes, what am I saying no to? So when I let go of guilt, shame, and people pleasing, money flowed to me with ease. Not because I was grinding harder, but because I was finally aligned and I was actually pouring more love into myself. If this hits home for you, my money hack ebook is packed with tools I used to shift these patterns fast. It's not free, but it's in my store because it's that powerful. And I only share what actually changed my life. It is also included in my abundance blueprint, as well as your free boundary workbook. And inside the abundance blueprint, I guide you through every step of rewiring your money mindset. And yeah, that comes with my boundary workbook as well, with tons of PDF downloads. These are scripts all the way to journal prompts and more. I want you to realize that you deserve to be rich and to be soft and deeply supported. And I am living proof that it is possible, even if you've never seen it done before. If you're ready to create aligned success, not just in your business, but in your boundaries, your bank account, and your relationships, then you should stick around. Because the more you come home to yourself, the more everything around you just starts to align. Your dream life isn't some far off fantasy. It's built moment by moment, choice by choice, boundary by boundary. And I'm here to walk you through every step of the way.